Hello and welcome to Pens, Paint and Whiskers. This is going to be the last part of this Ye Olde Redraw, and forgive me, but as you can see, my take on Arion, or what I've done to transform him into more of a Grecian sea god. He's taken shape, and I'm really happy with him so far. And for anyone that's just joined, what I do is I take a piece of medieval art or Renaissance art, I copy it out, do some research on it, and I make it into my own interpretation. I've been doing it for maybe about a year. This is the original painting that I found, or illuminated artwork that he's made on. So this depicts the Grecian poet, musician, in myth of course, Arion, and he was kidnapped by pirates, I think, and he's escaping from said island on the back of a dolphin. I really like this piece. I like the colours, so I decided to take it upon myself to do something a little bit different. Maybe transform, he's not Arion anymore, but make it into a sea god type creature. And I'm really happy with how he turned out. So in the last part today, I'm going to hopefully outline him and see how it goes, because the last step to me is outlining my characters, my creations in white. I've seen other artists do this and I feel it really makes them stand out. So yeah, I'm going to do that, and then off camera I will just maybe do the finishing touches and then he will be done. What I'm using here is a little Posca, the smallest Posca. I think they are, is it 0.7? I'm not that sure, but it is the smallest Posca. I only really use Posca black and Posca white and the gold. I don't use the other colours in Posca. And I'm just seeing how they go down over. Sometimes it can be hard if there's layers underneath, which there is in this guy's case. Sometimes it can be hard to get the Posca looking sort of bright white. So off camera or on camera, depending, I might actually go over him again in actual gouache paint. And yeah, I think I might end up doing that, because I'm not sure if you can see, but sometimes the white along his tail and his tail spines, it's not quite as clear as I had hoped. And I'll just show you what I bought. This is I'm always using, obviously for this outlining reason, I'm always using gouache. So I just happened to be in the art shop and I just seen this big tube of it. Pebeo Studio Goauche. I've never seen or heard of that brand before. It looks like it's a French brand, and I've never seen a tube of it like this, so I said why not? And I took a gamble with it, and in my last video of this guy I tried it and it worked out really well. So I might actually my throat for some some reason is not acting up on me, so but yeah, I might actually go over some of the lines, some of the white outlining I might go over with a little paintbrush. But for now, I'll just show you what I usually do. I was thinking as well about little pearls, because he hasn't necessarily got a Grecian border, but I might try and jazz it up, so to speak, with pearls. It would be quite nice. And his tail fin here does come outside the border. So yeah, so it's mainly the last step I do is go over him. I have inked him in a black Posca actually. So now the last thing I do is then ink him in white, as you can see. And I might actually, usually, I was just demonstrating there, but usually what I do is I ink the furthest away and the upwards, what's upwards and furthest away, and I ink it all the way down. Usually, now I do of course break my own rules, so as ever. But yeah, I'm going to just ink in this little pen. I don't trust myself to do really kind of really narrow paintwork around his face. I find that's the delicate part. So I'm just going to stick to the pen here, and I might go over it several times just to get that extra whiteness, just to make sure, obviously being a mer creature, well, my interpretation of a mer creature, I give him little horns and little sort of spines, so they're more like a reptile kind of, dragony kind of version. You don't have to, of course, but I do. Yeah, sometimes the Posca gets a little bit gunky, as I've probably mentioned all too many times in other videos. I hate that word, but it does. So give it a break maybe, or yeah, go over them again. Sometimes it's just a matter of, depending on the surface and what's down before it, it is just a matter of letting it dry and going back over it. And as I get down to his body, I might in fact paint the Pebeo Gouache. But in my last video of this, if you were watching, I do it a lot more. I just try it. The first time I'd actually opened the tube, I did so on camera and tried it on camera, and took a gamble, and it really paid off. So yeah, so that gouache, I'd never tried it before, but I imagine myself using that specifically for highlights and outlining, and I like to highlight water too. So yeah, I can see myself definitely using that, and it's for what it is with the big tube. It's very good price, it seems to be. I think it might be budgetary set, but yeah, it works. I would say it works. So I'll try, and sometimes it's hard because he's got a dolphin, sort of an ancient fish looking dolphin here. Yeah, so I'll try and explain what he came from. Like I said, I rework just because I like medieval. I like books and I like art, so a big thing is blending the two. So I'm always looking for medieval manuscripts. The great thing about nowadays is a lot of them are in fact digitized, so they are freely accessible online. And thank goodness. And I will go and I will look up their pages, and if I see anything interesting, I'll save it and put it into my prompt jar and do it. And this guy came up out of my prompt jar, and also fitting in with an art prompt, so I said why not. And he's from, yeah, the original, the Arion, as I was showing before. He's from the Romance of Alexander. It was a book made in Belgium, and it was made in, I think, 1344 approximately. So going back a few years, and the book was a kind of an epic version of the life of Alexander the Great. And in it, there was all these kind of illuminated drawings and artworks throughout, depicting Alexander and all the fantastical experiences and creatures and people he met on his travels. In India, Greece, the Mediterranean. So it is, because of that reason, it's an important historical item too. Originally the book, when it was made, it had, I think, approximately over 100 pictures. Now we just have 60. I couldn't find much information on what happened to the 40, but if one of them looked like what I showed at the start, imagine what the others looked like. And it is a shame to not have them and be wondering what they looked like. But obviously, books being a somewhat fragile item, and certainly from the 1300s, it's quite lucky that we even have 60 left. And what I'll do is, I couldn't find much of it online, but I might put in how I find books. The British Library is a good place to start. I might drop in the link down below, so to their medieval manuscript page. And I would suggest, just as even a bit of fun even, and if it's something you haven't done before ever, why not give it a go? Draw something, pick something from an old manuscript or something fun like that, and redraw it. Like what I'm doing here, and remake it as something completely different. It's really, really fun, and I like it anyway, and I think it gives my work a sort of a what would I say, a magical little edge on it. So yeah, and this paper, I'm using a Zealer 300 GSM watercolour paper. I know it's watercolour paper, but it's got everything except watercolours on it. So it's graphite alcohol markers, Pebeo Studio Goauche, Posca pens, metallic paint, everything. So yeah, he's got everything thrown on him, and indeed it does soak through, but that's okay. I'm happy with it. Now, don't use watercolour paper for your alcohol markers. It soaks them all up, and it creates sometimes I've covered it up, but it does create a fur effect. So yeah, don't use it. Don't do what I do. But yeah, don't use don't use watercolour paper on with markers. It's just not good. It doesn't work out. I was thinking, should I highlight the dolphin too, but I'm not sure. I kind of don't want to. I'm not sure. I'm trying to turn him towards the light. He also has a glitter pen on him, so he's a little bit glittery too. And I might go over him again. So the white outline, that's what it looks like in general. So it does sort of distinguish him nicely, I always think. So I might, off camera, actually, I might put in little guides with the Posca pen for pearls. Not quite sure what I'm doing. Didn't decide on doing pearls, but I'm doing pearls now. And sort of not sure, as usual. I might just highlight these just so I know where to put them. Yeah, going by this little border, because he's not necessarily in a Greek border. I kind of use this style for other medieval artworks. So it's just kind of a very simple sort of interwoven sort of little squares here, or little diamond shapes. And yeah, no method or anything to the madness. So, and if I do make a mistake somewhere along the line, which it is inevitable, I might just I can cover it up with a gold Posca. I might have made a slight error somewhere with these overlapping gold bars, but he's working out. And I see some of the Posca the white needs to be redone a little bit. But that's okay too. There's no rush. Now, I'll turn him slightly to the side. And make sure everything is dry under your hand, else you'll be like me and you will be smudging quite a lot. Now, there we go. Try and place these little pearls evenly. But I'm really happy with how he came out colour wise too. I decided to stick with the colours of the original, being purple, teal, blue. I really like those colours, and then a little bit of warmth with a beige on the shell, and gold for the harp. And lilac for the sky. So yeah, that really worked out. And he's the second of these little kind of medieval projects I have on my channel. I've been doing them for over a year, but I like to, this is the second one I've filmed. So, oh yes, and I've got to do strings on these instruments here. Yeah, so that's what his border is. I might ink them in. I might do that now, in fact. Rattle, rattle, see can I get a nice, yeah, Unipin fine liner and a steady hand. But if I do make a mistake, I can go over it again off camera. But being really careful now. Yeah. There. So, yeah, I do like the way this is turning out. So this is a softer kind of high ink and pen than the thicker Posca. So it's got a little, very sharp nib. And that's what it's doing. It's highlighting the little pearls here. So there might indeed be no need for using more of the Pebeo gouache this time. But yeah, for another project I will be using the Pebeo gouache. And I might invest in the black of it too for outlining purposes also. So I outline my creations in black ink first. Some of the pearls aren't quite straight, but that's okay. Yeah, so I outline my work first in black ink, and then I go over it in gold and white sometimes. Yeah, white more so. But sometimes I see artists doing that with white, and I only learned that maybe a few months ago, and I think it really makes a difference. It's almost, to me now, it's like doing double the work, but at the end the satisfaction is much better. So that's why I do it. But of course you don't have to do it, but that's what I do. And I might give the strings to these off screen. So yeah, that's the final part of my take on transforming Arion, the poet, musician, into more of a Grecian styled sea god and his trusty steed. But yeah, that's how he's worked out, and I had really great fun doing him and taking this piece of illustration from way back and transforming it into something completely different. And yeah, made a great attempt with the colours too. I'm really happy with them. So I'm going to leave it there. That was just the final part. And if you like what you see, and if you're new and you've just stumbled across me, why not like and subscribe? And if you've always been here and always been watching, thank you very much for watching, and leave a like anyway. And yeah, thank you very much. And I do upload very regularly, once a week anyway, new things come out. And yeah, I do more of this type of thing on film. And yeah, thanks for sticking around. And I'll be back very regularly with more art-based videos. Thanks for watching.